Join us today as we kind of look at some of these Princess Persimmons in the wintertime. Welcome back. So this is just a quick update on some Princess Persimmon. So this is a red. You can see how brilliant red that is. Red Princess Persimmon. This is one I got from Ed Clark. Oh geez, years ago. And this was probably gotten from Dennis Botola. So it's one of his breeds. Excuse me. What I'm going to do this guy is probably in the next couple weeks, I'm going to get some time. I'm actually going to wire this branch out. It's kind of precariously this time of year to wire, but it can be done. And it'll probably look really nice being pulled out. So this is one major branch brushing. I'm going to do that a little later. It still can be done. Here's an interesting one. You can see one in the background there. Here's an interesting one. So this was one of my show trees I put in about during the pandemic. It is a Princess Persimmon, but this is a male tree, and this is really interesting. I don't think I documented it, but this one has great movement. Has some really good pedigree history. The reason why I bought it is pedigree history. But let me tilt the camera slightly. What do you guys see? Yeah, they're actually Princess Persimmon on a male tree. So let me talk about the pedigree about this tree really quick. This is actually, I got this from House of Bonsai, from Vicky. Good, ooh, geez, 9 years ago, 11 years, 10 years ago. Okay. And the reason why I got it, it was just the movement was beautiful. Then I found out where she got the stock from. So as the story goes, I found out where she got the stock from. So this stock, look at that carefully while I kind of talk about the storyline here. This tree actually came from Takshimazu. He actually grew these from seeds. And the fun part is backside of it, he noticed that from seed, male and female tree is 50-50. So this is actually a male tree, but it has female fruit, and this is not like placed on. This is actually grown. I was shocked to see it. You can see the buds are actually swelled. I fed it really well this year. I cut it back during the active time of the season. But the interesting part is, talking to Ed Clark, which is, you talk to these growers, and it's like, why can you have a male tree produce fruit? And his saying is, these are what we call incomplete flowers. So that means that these trees can produce male and female flower. They're incomplete, but it's just part of their genetics. So it's kind of wild. I was so, and look how beautiful it is too. Look at that beautiful tree, like beautiful fruit. Excuse me, nice orange. Has been out of the shade because it's been that deep canopy. It'd be a showstopper, I think, one day if I can get that. This is one of my mother trees. I've been trying to grow it out and kind of like learn its physiology just by looking at the fruit alone. This is filled with fruit. Easily 50 fruits on this one tree alone. What's interesting is, you can see I've been playing with this one. So this one has a seed. You can see the seeds right there. But these guys right here, that's kind of like odd shape. There's no seeds in it. They're actually infertile. So the ones that are really plump, they're fertile. The ones that are not plump, like, has a little teardrop shape, those are infertile seeds. So all these are fertile seeds. Okay. So that's one I learned this year. And then, yeah, they're popped ready to roll. And they're interesting. Some of these genetics of these Princess Persimmon, the reason why I enjoy it so much, they're really different. Like the first one I saw is bright cherry red. This one, look at this, how orange they are, and they're oblong. The orange and oblong they are, and that's kind of cool. I've been growing these out just for learning its physiology. They're pretty tough trees. So once you get one, you're in good shape. So, and here's that same red variety. See, that's a infertile, same red variety. I just wired this tree from some shape. And this is from a root cutting, actually, technically. This is actually root cutting. That was a root cutting right there. This is from that red variety. So hopefully in a couple of years, I might, actually this year I'm going to cut this back and I'll show you guys in spring when I leaf out what I'd really do to it. It has really nice taper and really good shape. From the Nabara all the way out. This is my main branch. That branch right there is really straight. So my goal, I might cut it really short down here and just kind of redo that branch structure and grow it out. But it's actually pretty, that's a really pretty tree, I think. I think something to work on. My last tree, I got one on the ground right here. That big whip, that's actually Persimmon. I'm just growing out to see this physiology. This one's kind of interesting. If I never talked about it before, that is, I got this from, surprising or not, it was the Huntington sale, and it is Harry Harrell's tree. So this is Harry Harrell's, one of his trees that was during the sale. I picked it up. I knew what it was just by looking at it. It's a male tree also, but looking at the other tree, you know what? I'm going to keep it for posterity. I might, well, I'll show you how to wire these things a little later. So let me skip over and show you my other tree. So here is my last persimmon that's not in the ground. So this is another one in the pot. This is one of my oldest Princess Persimmon. You can see by the trunk size, it's ginormous. What I did this year is I got really drastic. I cut some of the branches off. One right there and another one right there, and I did that during early spring when I knew it was pushing growth. And then during the whole summer, these big branches popped out, and what I did is I just wired it immediately. If you don't wire these branches when they come out, they lignify and you'll never get any shape or cause into it, and they look really straight. So if you ever own a Princess Persimmon, springtime, early summer, when that shoot comes out, you have to wire it immediately or you'll never get any shape on it without clipping growing. That's the only thing you can do. This one was kind of touchy. It didn't like full sun. It had a full canopy and it burned right off. So I put it in the same spot, but that new growth is really strong. You can say, look how strong that growth is. So, let that grow out this year and kind of fill that canopy out. But that's it for Princess. Oh, I got one more over here. I got one more. I collect different varieties. So this one, you can see it's like really teardrop shaped. This actually has no seeds. Absolutely no seeds. See, absolutely no seeds. Flat. But I love the shape. The shape is kind of drew me to it. And then what's the last bit? Oh, if you don't like these dark shades, these speckled, or I call them egg shaped, whatever you want to call that. If you don't like that, what I heard from Ed is if you keep it in a little more shade and kind of let that tree or the fruit not get that much sunlight, it'll actually have that more orangey uniform color. So yeah, let me flip the camera. Let me do some final touch-ups here. Alrighty, so don't mind the mess over there. It's my irrigation hose I just dumped out in nowhere. This is my last tree. You guys saw this in one of the episodes. This is when I repotted into that flat Yamaki, that tray. It's doing really well. Has some really strong growth in certain areas. So as growth every year. So I know it survived. I think this year I'm gonna let it grow one more year. I might transplant it to a bigger pot. It's kind of confined and didn't really have that really growth space for it really to push. So that might change a little bit. But if you guys enjoyed this really quick update, it's winter time. Hope you guys like it. If you guys like it, leave a comment below. Tell me you guys what you guys like and what you guys want to hear again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.